Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to Chris is Talking, and this is my first impression slash reaction slash review of Mob Psycho 100, and this is from episode 1 and the recent episode that came out yesterday, so episode 2. Now, this is a kind of like impressions because obviously the episode 1 came out last week, and I'm going to be doing a review from episode 2, so which will happen yesterday. So basically, Mob Psycho 100 is by the creator One, the same person who created One Punch Man, ironically, but it was the webcomic One Punch Man. And the difference between One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 is obviously, first of all, the studio who's done it this time is Madhouse. The studio who's done it this time is Studio Bones, the same studio who did the ever so just recently legendary Boku no Hero Academia. And with the colors that are so vibrant and the fluidity of the movement and the action, yeah, Studio Bones were the perfect people to choose to do Mob Psycho 100. If you've seen other anime such as Space Dandy and Soul Eater, you can tell exactly the kind of themes and vibes that I was kind of getting from this. So Studio Bones are perfect for this. And even if you watched the whole of Boku no Hero Academia, near the last few episodes, no spoilers, but there was a certain fight that happened between certain main character and a certain main villain, and the way it was moving around, how fluid it is, they used those kind of techniques in Mob Psycho 100. And you see this a little bit in the first episode, which is the kind of introduction episode, where you actually get introduced to the main character, who is Mob. He has a long name, didn't learn it for this, sorry, but his name is Mob and he's the main character, the MC of this anime. And then he has a sensei called Reagan. Now Mob is just a student, so what, I don't know how old he is, but he's in the second year of middle school, so that's as much information as I know. And Reagan he's a self-proclaimed psychic, clairvoyant, master, genius, whatever, and he's obviously a con artist, but he's fairly good at his job and people still go to him and he still gets business in. And from this he ends up somehow employing and convincing Mob to work underneath him. Well, this is what you get from episode 1, and that's what the kind of gist you get, and you get to see them go on the shenanigans whilst Reagan goes and gets customers in who want to get rid of spirits and demons and all these kind of monsters and stuff like that, mostly spirits and stuff. And Mob comes along and he actually ends up taking them out instead of Reagan, because Reagan's pretty much a piece of shit. And we get to see Reagan actually try to take out some of these spirits, and he comes out with these salt theories, like he puts salt around his hands and gives him special moves with salt and stuff. And every time special moves happen, I love how Studio Bones give the whole boom 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 boom, like a kind of thing that you get in the old school animes, and sometimes even in Hunter x Hunter, when it pauses and it has in a big exclamation what the move is and a little bit of detail about the move. But it's only Reagan, so Reagan is fuck all. Nothing important happening from the special move, and that's, I know, it's so much comedy from it, and this is how you know it's by one. But it's so different to One Punch Man, because where One Punch Man was a seinen series, kind of following more about the goals, or not really the goals, but about Saitama trying to find himself because of how powerful he is. He needs to find his opponent, and kind of like a slice of life, piss take, seinen shonen-ish fighting series. Whereas in Mob Psycho 100, it definitely has the shonen tropes in it, but it kind of still has one's touch of sarcasm, awkwardness, and just weirdness. And one thing I like as well about another thing I like about this is Studio Bones kept the froze there. Sorry guys, bloody laptop's not keeping up. The Studio Bones kept the art design of how One did his webcomics or his manga. So like if you follow, well, once again, I'm connecting it to One Punch Man because it's the best way to kind of get you guys to engage into the series. So, but even though it's different, it's good to relate to the things that I can relate to. So where One Punch Man was a webcomic and it's very squiggly, just type it in on Google. You even find the original webcomic of how One Punch Man was drawn, and then how it was released as a manga, and how it was released as a manga is how the anime was taken. Now with Mob Psycho 100, they've literally taken One's original design and put that into the anime. So it's like, okay, it's pretty mad, pretty far-fetched, pretty crazy. It's almost like an acid trip, but it is so bloody worth it. And so far, I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. So that's pretty much like my first impressions of Mob Psycho 100. Now in episode 2, the one episode that came out yesterday, we get to see Mob more in his normal surroundings, kind of what he's up to, a bit more into his mindset, how he's thinking, and why he's doing what he's doing. In the first episode, we were kind of questioning, does Mob know that Reagan is a con artist? And like this issue kind of comes up a little bit in this episode, and I was like, oh, okay, is this kind of soon? I wasn't really expecting this, but go ahead. And basically, once again, it's just the mangaka one just trolling us and basically tickling our balls, basically making us think that he's gonna go there. And then basically, it's just Mob wanted to basically spend this episode finding himself as a teenager and wanted to just be a normal teenager. And I think as the series goes on, we'll be able to see a bit more into Mob's mindset and how he is, because he's very, it's kind of weird because he's the main character, but he's like Saitama in a way that is really, really calm, but he just really doesn't care about stuff, but he's really powerful. But most of the personality comes between the connection between Reagan and himself and their duo-ness when they go to do stuff, and like the banter coming back and forth. And Reagan kind of holds the comedy on his own, but then it's good how it bounces off of Saitama. So together, them two are an extremely great comedy duo, even though Mob doesn't know this in the slightest. And Mob is a troll as fuck. I mean, this episode was kind of going on about, there was one of those classes in the high school, they needed to, one of the after school clubs needed to keep the room, and there was the psychic. It was a psychic after school club. So I thought, okay, cool. So maybe this is going to go into this, and maybe Mob is going to join a psychic club, and then that's how he's going to end up being a bit more powerful. But trollage once again, one really just pushed us there, spent the whole episode taking us there to make us think that that's where it was going to go, to then find out at the very end of the episode, no, like Mob didn't really give a fuck about that. Like, it's weird. Sorry, the bloody animals are bloody barking over there. It's weird because you don't really know what Mob's thinking. You think you know where it's going, but you just never know where it's going. And I love this episode. I love this series for this. This series is definitely something I want to keep watching. I even downloaded the manga on my phone, and I was like, I kind of lost my train of thought right there. But yeah, so Mob likes to troll people. Mob basically, well, he doesn't know he likes to troll people, but he doesn't know what he wants himself. So everybody wants to try and use him, put him left and right, and make him do what he wants to do. But all he cares about is getting with the girl of his dreams. Now we get to see a bit more character development in this episode with Mob's personality, with what he wants, and that's getting the girl of his dreams, and how he doesn't really care about being a sportsman. He doesn't really care about doing this. He doesn't really care about helping other people. He's not really a nice guy. Like he didn't want to help join the psychic club because he was a nice guy and he had to, and he didn't really want to join Reagan because he's a nice guy because he wants to. It's just, there's so many more layers to Mob that we're going to be finding out as the series goes along, and which is pretty interesting because we also get to see that every episode Mob, there's a little note at the bottom halfway through the episode where it says something percent until Mob's explosion. And I'm like, whoa, I think so. Last week it went to like 27 or something, or 25. This week it went to like 37. So it's kind of going up pretty fast, and I'm interested to see where it goes, because obviously if you watched it in episode 1, in the first 20 seconds of episode 1, we get to see some epic manic showdown with what seems to me what seems to be Mob in his epic bloody Esper state, going all crazy, and all the monsters going across him, and he just blown shit away in like a really vivid and beautiful like fight scene. But we don't know it's Mob, but it seems like it could be Mob, and it seems like the episodes are leading up to that event and how it led to that. But Mob is really calm, so I want to know what will trigger him, what will make him do these kind of things, and is he just going on a rampage, or is it like some crazy madness that's happening and Mob needs to unlock his potential? Who knows? Basically, that's pretty much what happened in the past few episodes, plus my reaction, plus my impressions as to whether I like it or not. And I definitely am thoroughly enjoying this. This is a series I will be reviewing extremely regularly. So just like I was doing my other reviews, this is a review I'll be doing every Tuesday, whether it's the Tuesday morning or Tuesday night. I'll try my hardest to post these up. I say Tuesday because they come out Monday night. So unless I'm not working or I have I don't know, I'm out on the street or something, I'll try and record it. But realistically, it's going to be Tuesdays, so just do subscribe so that you can be notified for these reviews, because I'll be posting them weekly, and I'd love you guys to come back and let me know what you guys think. What's your impressions of the series? What do you prefer so far? I know it's only episode 2, but do you prefer this or One Punch Man? What do you want to come from the series? If you have read the manga, please don't leave any spoilers down below, because I kind of want to just see where it goes. And who's your favorite character so far? Do you prefer Mob or Reagan? And what do you think of the art style? The art style is very, very interesting. It kind of switches back and forth between one's original style, the squiggly line, and maybe sometimes it goes black and white, and it has that real sharp effect to show emotions and characterization. So like, it can be a bit mad, but for this, I really like it because it shows just loads of personality and character in this series, which is what loads of series are slacking, because they're too worried to be outside, to think outside the box. Basically, they all want to be the same, and even though that's what One Punch Man wanted to do, was to take the piss out of that, in this it really breaks that boundary, even though it was just shown in series. So yeah, what do you guys think of this? Are you guys going to be watching it weekly? And if you like this review, please do like the video itself, because it lets me know exactly how the video is going. Do share, subscribe, and all of that madness. And this is Chris Talking. Have a great day. It is fucking boiling. I'm in London. It's the hottest day of the year so far. Oh, I'm melting. Obviously, I'm wearing this hoodie because it's part of the whole video thing. Oh, sorry, before I lose track, the opening song is epic as fuck. It's epic as fuck. The video is long enough, so I'll talk about the opening song in another video itself. Yeah, apart from that, I'm gonna have my coffee, have my breakfast, and head to work.